Hello and welcome, David Baker. Welcome to the Wisdom for Life podcast. Hey, we got a short, wisdom thought for you today, and hopefully be able to help you. Hey, it's wintertime here, and wintertime, it's amazing how many people get down, discouraged. This little thought is what to do when feeling blue. Hey, I got a rhyme in there. How about that? Wintertime, cold, less sun, dreary, less light. Sickness, COVID, finances. Hey, the bills from Christmas have come in. Many people find themselves getting down, discouraged. I just talked to a lady, her husband just found out has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Hey, that's tough. Through the years, I've had people that I've worked with who took their life. Young man got away from God and he hung himself. Another young man got into drinking and he texted me, and I was out of town, and the phone coverage didn't work there. And by the time I got the text, he had put a gun to his head. These are scary. These are stories. These happen. They're real. I don't know how many times I've been or done a funeral where someone has taken their life. And I hope you're not that down, that blue, but I would like to help you. Like, hey, I'm doing good. I'm excited. I got great life things going on. That's awesome. But listen, one day, there will be a day where you need encouragement. There will be a day that you are down. There will be a day when you need some help. So what do? You may have had a worse day than David had, but David had a horrible day. 1 Samuel chapter 30, if you want to go and read it. David and his men were out in battle. They came back home to Ziklag, and guess what happened? The wives were gone. Their children were gone. The Amalekites had come and taken everything away. Whew. How bad was it? Bad. The city was burned with fire. The wives, sons, and daughters were gone, taken captive. Didn't kill any of them, but they took them captive. So, taken captive, what are they going to do? What are they going to do to my wives? What are they doing to my wife right now? What are they doing to my kids? What are they doing to my daughter? They were discouraged. David and the people were with him, lifted up their voice, and wept until they had no power to weep. No more power to weep. Could you imagine? You ever cried until you couldn't cry anymore? They did. These men, these mighty men, these warriors, these battle-hardened men, they wept until they had no more power to weep. And then, the Bible says David was greatly distressed. Oh, after that, it got worse. Greatly distressed. Why? For the people spake of stoning him. My own men, they want to kill me. They want to kill me. Because the people grieved, every man for his sons and their daughters. What do? Boy, that's horrible. My wife's gone. My children are gone. They burned our city, and the men now want to kill me. We've already wept until we can't weep anymore. What do I do? Beautiful little phrase. The Bible says David encouraged himself in the Lord. Do you know how to do that? David encouraged himself in the Lord. Encourage himself. By the way, David knew how to do that. He'd done it at other times. Psalm 39:3, my heart was hot within me. While I was musing, the fire burned. Then I spake with my tongue. Psalm 143, verse 5, I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the works of my hands. Muse means to think. Amusement is no think. Is no. Most people would rather be amused, or when they're discouraged or down, drink or use drugs or do something else to, quote, not think about the problem, which creates more problems and doesn't fix the problem that you had. But how about if you encourage yourself in the Lord? How about if you went to God and did what David did and mused and thought, boy, and your fire burned, to remember the days of old, and what you went through. So what do you go back and think about? Okay? Well, you go back and think about, boy, your salvation, saved, on the way to heaven and never going to go to hell. If the worst thing in the world happens and they kill me, guess what? I'm in heaven. If you can make peace with the worst of the worst, hey, nothing bad can happen now. We're okay. What do you think he thought about? David wrote some messianic psalms about Jesus. Psalm 22, where it said, they pierced my hands and my feet. You want to meditate on something? Meditate on Jesus and what he did for you. Meditate that every bone was out of joint. David talked about that in Psalm 22. Meditate on what Jesus did for you. Hey, meditate on what he's done for you already. Hey, at this time, David had already been anointed king. He wasn't king yet, but he had already been anointed, brought in from the field to be anointed. Hey, why don't you think about the answers to prayer? When David was facing Goliath and they were giving him a hard time, he goes, look, God took care of me with a lion, God took care of me with a bear, and God's going to take care of me now. don't you go back and look at the answers to prayer, the things that God's already done, the things that God just took care of you in amazing, miraculous ways. Why don't you do that? What a blessing. What an incredible thing that would be, to encourage yourself in the Lord. The other thing that he did was he prayed and talked to God and said, okay, God, what next? What do you want me to do? Okay. David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him, pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all. Well, how many times when we're going through a hard time do we stop and say, God, what do you want me to do? David did. So he went to his men that were getting ready to kill him, say, hey guys, just talk to God. Should we pursue? And God said, pursue. And God said, we're going to recover all. Get your swords, get your shields, and let's go. And guess what they did? They recovered all. Oh, not really true. They recovered more than all. They recovered all the spoil that the Amalekites had taken from all the other places. And they got all their wives and all their children back. What a beautiful thing. Hey, are you down? Are you discouraged? Have you got some bad news? Encourage yourself in the Lord. Go back and look and see what you can muse and think and meditate about. Of the answers to prayer, of your salvation, Jesus and all he did for you, the special times in your life when he was there for you. When David sinned and messed up, Psalm 51, one of the things that encouraged him, he said, then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Hey, go out and tell somebody about Christ. Go witness to someone. You think your problem is bad? You're on your way to heaven. What about their problem? If they died, they're going to be in hell for eternity. One of the best things you could ever do is go help somebody else and show them how to go to heaven. That will lift you up, I promise you, any day of the week. Hey, God bless you. What to do when feeling blue? Encourage yourself in the Lord. And you can have a great time and a great day, no matter what is going on in your life. God bless you.